am back with another Shimmerz Paints project for you guys today. So I have a couple mismatched stars inside this pear tree packaging, and some of these stars, like these ones here, are from Not Just for Boys. I know the acrylic pieces are the pear tree pieces, and then I've got some wood pieces in here that I believe are Studio Calico from way back when. So I just wanted to share that information that not all of it was pear tree. And then I went ahead and created my title already using these alphas. And I have to tell you guys that I am still working from the little basket that I created at the beginning of the year. And these are the stickers that I struggle with that I put in the basket. Now these ones here are glittery hot pink. Oh my goodness. And I don't know why they say stickers on them instead of thickers, unless I purchased them from a Michael's or a Hobby Lobby, and they're the thickers brand made for Hobby Lobby. I don't really remember. I'm not sure, you guys. And then from this set here, this is a menagerie of a bunch of stuff, and I really just wanted to use these glitter stickers or alphas because they came from one of those scrapbook kits that you get at Hobby Lobby, and there's not a whole lot of alphabets, and I already created a title. So I was thinking, let's just get rid of the alphas. So I want to put them in my background. Now here is the bin that I've been telling you guys I'm going to show you. But there are sets in here that are just alphas that I struggle with, or they're almost done, things like that, mixed in with my my already pre-made words. But all of my alphas that are already pre-made words are in this basket, along with a couple alpha sets. And I just wanted to share that with you guys, so you know I'm not cheating. And it's okay if I am, right? I make my own rules. I'm just kidding. So anyways, I've got two 4x6s and two 3x4 pocket cards. This is a random sticker or pocket card page protector that I had. These are the scraps that I'm going to be working with. I love this beautiful yellow, and then I've got some red pieces left over from a Christmas layout, and then the layout that I did, I believe, yesterday. And then for my Shimmerz paints, I've got Creamies in Crow's Feet, Creamies in Get Glowing, Shimmerz in Bumblebee Bee, and Shimmerz in Royal Red. And then I picked a spritz in Caribbean or Caribbean Sunset. I'm not really sure how to say that. I guess it depends on what you're referring to, the Caribbean or Caribbean, I'm assuming. Anyways, I wasn't sure if I was going to get the red that I'm looking for, but I have McDonald's pictures, and it's just a bunch of goofy pictures of my kids you know, taking a break from playing and whatnot. And the hubby actually sent me this picture going, "We did something bad today." Which means that he didn't feel like making them lunch, and he took them out for lunch. Which I think is more of a struggle when they're that young than just leaving them at home and making a lunch. But hey, he had fun. So I started off with the Bumblebee Bee Shimmerz, and coated it with Get Glowing Creamies. That way I could have a different mix. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. And then I set it off to the side to dry and realized that I didn't really like the tone on tone. So I'm going to go ahead and add Crow's Feet on top of it. Now don't freak out. It does still look okay. I was looking for a darker shade of gray that I have. And Crow's Feet, once I put it on and then take it off with paper towel, it was the exact gray that I was looking for. So I really do like how it turned out, even though it's just a big old hot mess right now. So my thought process in this is that A, I'm using scraps. B, I'm using an alphabet that I probably would never use again. And if I don't end up liking this for my pocket page, I didn't really sacrifice a whole bunch of stuff. I sacrificed some beautiful paint, maybe a pretty yellow piece of paper, and all these stickers or alphas. I am a-okay with that, in all honesty. So what I want to do, which I've done several times before with chipboard images, like squares and circles and things like that, but I've never really done this with an alphabet set that I'm aware of. I know that I've done similar to this technique, but not with the painting portion of it. So what I decided was I want all of these alphabets to be on the red side. I didn't want them to be in your face red, but I wanted them to be red. And this royal red Shimmerz was absolutely perfect for what I was looking for. I thought I was going to have to add a little bit of of that Caribbean sunset. But no, I really do like just this one red. It was perfect for what I was trying to do. And what I was trying to do, and I know that this might not be a lot of people's cup of teas, but McDonald's is chaos. It is chaos reinvented. Seriously, when you go in there, it's especially in the toy section or the playground section. I'm not sure if they even have playground sections anymore. But when you get the playground sections, it's all I hear is screaming kids. That's all I hear. It's like, oh my goodness, who puts themselves through that torture? Seriously. I love my children, but give me the drive-through any day. Seriously. Actually, we haven't been to a McDonald's in years. This is back in 2014. And I know that I haven't been to a McDonald's in years. So anyways, I wanted to reinvent that chaos in all honesty. And I wanted it to be, in this format right here with the alphabets and the stamping and all that stuff. I really do like how it looks. I love the McDonald's colors. I just really love how it turned out. But is it going to look good as a pocket page, right? I'm going to cover up most of this stuff. And yes, it is a background. In all honesty, it is a background. Am I going to see all these little splatters? Probably not. But I'm okay with that. I just wanted a chaotic background for my photos, even though there's not a whole lot of chaos in photos. All right, so I'm going to splatter with crow's feet right now. And I did splatter a little bit with that, I call it two different things, Caribbean or Caribbean sunset. I think it's Caribbean sunset. I don't know, you guys. I think both of them are okay to say, really. Anyways, I splattered also with the crow's feet. And what I do is I dip my paintbrush in crow's feet. Then I very lightly dip it in my water. So that way I get a lot of liquid on my brush. And then it splatters beautifully. I mean, beautifully, like teeny tiny little splatters, a bunch of not very so big splatters. I love it to death. All right, so I have to fill in my gap because I did make all my alphas up at the top a little bit more compressed than when I was getting down to the bottom. So I did have to fill in a gap, which was perfect because then I got to bring in that little red strip of paper. And then I did cut my photos down as small as I could cut them. Look at how little my little one is. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry. She's only 3 years old in these photos. And she's so tiny. I love her to death. I even love my boys, but they're not so tiny anymore. I don't remember them ever being that small. I mean, my girls were always the smallest. So anyways, I did decide to pop my photos on some white cardstock, and I had this white cardstock left over from my stamp organization. So that was very convenient that I was able to use those up right away. So I'm just giving myself a little border around my photos. That way they kind of pop up off the page in order to be able to, I guess be not part of the chaos. It is, I guess, what I'm trying to say, even though it doesn't, it totally looked like an empty McDonald's in these photos. That's like, how did you do that? And he said that he just barely missed the crowd. So as they were packing up and leaving, everybody else started popping in. And so it's like, oh, gotcha. Okay. So for the middle bit, I do have two plain 4x6 photos, or 4x6 pockets. No, 4x3 pockets to fill up. And that's where my main portion of the title is going to go. And I just did the little McDonald's jingle for the title because every time I think of McDonald's, I always do the, the ba-da-da-da jingle, So anyways, I wanted that to be my title because I don't really have a lot of McDonald's photos. I didn't want to do hamburgers and I didn't want to do because they're drinking, and I just didn't want to do that. I really wanted to portray, the McDonald's colors, the red and yellow, and then I also really wanted to portray the chaos. That every time I cringe every time my kids wanted to go to the playground. Cringed, you guys. It was like anxiety reincarnated. It was not my cup of tea. I did not ever want to go in there. Ugh. I can't do it, you guys. And I applaud the mothers that do. I really, really do. But I just can't. No, I couldn't do it. I deprived my children of this experience. I'm just saying. My husband did not, but I certainly did. I could not do it. So anyways, I wanted to put that mood and feel on the paper, for me anyways. And so I just decided to, do the background, and now I'm going to scatter stars all over the place. Part of my title is going to be up in the first pocket, and then the rest of the title will be in the blank space. Now, I do have to tell you guys that I totally forgot at this moment in history, that I forgot that those were supposed to be 3x4 pockets. I really, truly did. I was just creating as I would create any other way. Now, I did bring my title back in to make sure that the pink letters, which kind of match what I've already just created, only these ones really are red. And you can see that they're red. They didn't turn pink. You can see that that is red. But I did want to make sure that you could still read that on top of the other alphas that are going on. So that was just my deal. I didn't want to keep going if, I could stop at any time and throw away this project and do a different type of layout for my kids. Seriously, I could have done that at any time, but I just kept going. I really did enjoy where this was going. I was having fun making a mess. I was having fun, portraying chaos, and I really did enjoy doing this. In all honesty, I do use glue dots, those little Zots or whatever they're called. I think Zots is a brand name. I actually use mini glue dots from Stampin' Up. I really like the adhesive. There's 300 and some odd. No, there's 300. I thought there was 325, but there's 300 on a roll. And I really do like how they come off the roll, except for these new brands or these new rolls that I'm getting. They're popping off backwards, in my opinion, but apparently that's how they're been supposed to be popped off this whole time. Anyways, I do use glue dots to put my acrylic pieces down and my resin little stars, and I use liquid glue for the wood stars and the fabric stars, and the liquid glue that I am using is the Nuvo Deluxe adhesive. So those are the adhesives that I do for the different types of materials. Now, I've tried liquid glue for my acrylic, but what it does is it just creates like a plastic barrier between the paper and the plastic, and so it pops off easier. It doesn't pop off right away, but it just pops off easier. All right, so now I have to put all of my cards in to finish my title, and that's why I left this part in. If not, I would have been done and over with. This is where I realized I needed to cut the title, and I didn't realize that puffy stickers don't like guillotine cutters. So I had to trim my puffy sticker cut a little bit, but not all the way. So I just have to cut it in half and put it back. I do glue it down a little later. In fact, I think I glue the right side down as I'm trying to get it in the pocket because it just wouldn't go. I have a note in there that on the left pocket that just says the year, so that way I remember which album to put it back into. And then that little like newspaper clipping, or I think it's an article clipping, is a little saying for parents, and it actually goes on the other side with the photos on the other side, because it's again, dad is home with the kids, and these photos were taken back in the day when I had a real job, like Monday through Friday. Actually, it wasn't Monday through Friday, but a daytime job where I was gone most of the day, certain days of the week. So yeah, we took turns being home with the kids, of course, obviously. And so he liked to send me little snippets and whatnot. So I'm just showing you guys the close-ups of what they look like in the pocket, just because it's really hard to photograph the little pieces in the pockets. And so I photographed them outside of the pocket, but then I took one big picture of all of it, because it's kind of hard to imagine without the larger portion of the title being missing, because it's on top of the page protector. So anyways, that is my layout for today for my Shimmerz project. As always, remember to put my name in the comments, and you guys get a freebie every time you place an order with my name in the little comment section. It is such a really cool freebie. You guys really need to go check that out. Also, too, I do post when they have sales and whatnot, so don't forget to check those out as well. And you guys, I love my Shimmerz paints. I really, really do. They are a staple in my craft space. I reach for them now more than I reach for any other watercolors that I have. So anyways, thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I will check y'all later. Bye.